Welcome to the Root of Power podcast, where I teach you how to chase your joy, find alignment, and create a life and a business that you love, using actionable methods, interviews, and inspiring stories from people who know that true freedom is found within. I'm your host, your always hype woman and sometimes ass kicker, Amanda Chills, and I am so proud of you for choosing to step into your power. Come along, we've got dreams to build. Okay, my love, I have put everything that I offer for free on one page so that we are not doing more work than we have to, because why would we do that? Hashtag work smarter, not harder. So livemyhappyhealth.com/free. You are going to find everything I've created for not only leveling up in your personal life and building a life that you love, but leveling up in your business life and building a business that you love. Okay? livemyhappyhealth.com/free. Love you. Yeller. Welcome to part 2 of this little baby series called How Was 2022 and What the Heck Are We Doing in 2023? So glad you are joining me. If this is your first time, welcome. Hello. This is so fun. And if you're coming back, welcome. Hello. This is so fun. So one, let me just say how freaking grateful I am for you because you're here hanging out. This is awesome. Yay. We love this for me. We love this for you. If this episode or this podcast is at all useful to you, please share it. The whole point of the podcast is to help people. That is hard to do if people don't know about it. So if you love it, please leave a review. And if you love it, please share it. And if you kind of mildly like it, please leave a review and please share it. If you hate it, don't leave a review. I mean, I'm open to criticism, but send me a message on Instagram. Okay. So if you're nosy like me, you love these recaps and plans, which I'm going to assume you are since you're listening to this episode. So you may have gone through your life thinking, Amanda, I wonder what she's doing for 2023. And if you weren't thinking that, then how dare you? But that's also fine, I guess. So we're going to dig into it. So 2022, if you listened to the last episode, was a year of scaling and building a really strong foundation so that my little Pisces heart can live in big things, can live in dream world. That is really where I thrive. I spend a lot of time dreaming. One of the reasons I have a masterclass that I'm doing this month called Daydreamer is because I want to teach people how to harness dreaming in a way that is helpful, is powerful, is transformational, instead of just having a dream and saying, oh, I'll never get there. It's too big. It's too scary. I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to teach you that framework. It'll be available to purchase if you can't come live. Well, obviously buy it and try and come live. You'll get a replay, but after that, you'll just be able to get it. But I encourage you to come live because it's going to be freaking fun. But if you can't, say la vie. So you'll find that on my website, livemyhappyhealth.com. But if you want free stuff, just /free at the end, and all of my free resources are there. But if you want to join the class specifically, there's that. And if you want to work with me in a coaching capacity, the only way to do it is to join Becoming Light, and I'm capping that at 10 people. So there are those things that I wanted to mention before we party. Let's party. I love to dream about the next year. Well, I love to dream in general, but thinking about what I want to do, and a year is a long time, right? Something I've really been leaning into recently is the idea that time can be so long. So we have time. There's no rush. There's no need to say, oh, I have to do these things by this time or otherwise life is over. And it's we don't have to be dramatic little gremlins about it, right? A year is a long time to hit things. And so I'm going to give you some of the goals that I have and some of the things that I'm just keeping in mind. So one of the goals that I have, one of the things that I set myself up for and in 2022 going into 2023 was investing in big fucking coaching. So I will be spending close to $20,000 in mentorship from two very wonderful, extremely powerful, intelligent, but kind of opposite end of the spectrum coaches. One is Andrea Crowder. I'm in a mastermind with her, so we meet monthly. Me and that group of women who are like literally so cool that I'm like, how the I bamboozled you. How did I get in here? But that's okay. I'm actually 3 raccoons in a trench coat. They just don't know. And the other one is Sabrina Phillip, who's very like grounded masculine, systems, processes. Both of them are so wonderful. And when I was thinking about like, who do I want to work with in 2023? I was trying to decide between them, and that felt really restrictive. And that felt, I was like, shit, like they're both so good. They're both so strong. You know, their containers are very different. Sabrina's is a very high touch, like multiple, touch points throughout the year. And then Andrea, we meet 3 days a month, like really intensely. And then for the rest of the month, like we basically don't speak. So the vibes are very, very different. I was like, okay, like I really kind of want to do both. And I was in the space. One of the really cool things about like scaling the business is I got to scale my investments as well. So I was extremely fortunate to be in a space where like I can afford both and I can do both, and I'm going to be doing both. So that's something I'm super excited about for 2023 is leaning like all the way into mentorship. And just like soaking it in and like really applying. I've been in a space of like stacking learning for the past couple of years. And now that we have like built that foundation, we are freaking flying. So that's really exciting. So one of the plans for next year, one of the reasons I hired both coaches and will be working with both is to have a really good balance of the masculine and the feminine. I tend to exist in kind of a masculine energy, a lot of structure, a lot of planning, a lot of discipline, a lot of that kind of energy. And I would like to bring more of the feminine, to be in the flow, to be in intuition, to be more like just kind of literally who I am. I haven't had the structure to be able to do that. It's taken me a while to build the structure. So now that we have the structure, we can do that, which is really exciting. So we're going to be leaning into both of those. I spent a lot of money on courses in 2022. I don't know that I'll be doing that in 2023 because I have to go through all of those courses. So I like bought the ones that came up, really excited about them. So 2023 will likely be the year that I go through a bunch of courses and start applying everything that I am learning in there. I am going to be certified in RRT, rapid resolution therapy, to be able to do like subconscious reprogramming. So that's something I'm super stoked to bring to both my therapy clients and my coaching clients. So that program runs for like 2 or 3 months, like 10 hours every Friday. So it's a really intense program, but I'm pretty excited for it. So that'll be cool. So on the business side, we're going to be like actually doing stuff with the coaching. So I've been kind of dabbling in it. Again, the private practice took a lot of my energy and focus in 2022. So in 2023, I'm actually going to be stepping back a little bit from the private practice. I'm not taking on any therapy clients unless I am absolutely the right person for them. Or unless I like totally jam with them. So sometimes when I'm the one who screens people. So sometimes when I screen people, I'm like, oh my God, you are my fucking person. Well, then they're going to be with me. Or if they have like a really, really intense trauma history, then they're going to be with me. But for the majority of the year, I will not be taking any therapy clients because I'll be putting my focus and energy into coaching. So we're going to be doing master classes. So think like 1 or 2 hour-and-a-half, 2-hour vibey training questions, coaching on topics. So we've got some super fun topics. I don't want to like tell all of them yet, but our first one is Daydreamer. We'll be doing one on boundaries. We'll be doing one on embodiment. We'll be doing one on like rebuilding a relationship after leaving a toxic one, on stopping black and white thinking. They've got some really cute names. So like look forward to that. And if you want any information on that, like one, you can go to my website, but really Instagram is the place for that at Amanda_Chills. So those will be really affordable. If you are currently a client, or if you join Becoming Light, then you're going to get those at a hella discount. So that's exciting. We're going to be running Becoming Light. So this is the first time I'm offering a group program. I have run groups before, like in a therapy capacity, but I haven't done it in like a coaching world. So we're pretty excited about that. It's going to be a 6-month container, very, very intimate, very high touch, very transformational. You get not only like all of Amanda in a therapy realm, but you get Amanda in a coaching capacity, which is a little bit different. It's like the deep end of the pool versus like a little bit of a shallower end. So that's pretty dope. I'm excited for that. Once that is full at 10, I may or may not open up another like pod, but I haven't decided and I may not. So it kind of depends on where my energy is sitting and where my time is sitting for that. So both stepping back from taking on therapy clients and opening the group hopefully should balance each other out. That should be pretty dope. We're going to be nurturing my team. So one of the reasons that I want to step back from individual clients is because I want to focus a lot on nurturing my little baby birds, my new therapist that I brought on, and my team in general. So like sitting in with them on sessions, giving them feedback, diving deeper into like education so I can better serve clients, so we can better serve clients, focusing on like building up the farm. So I run the therapy practice out of the farm and focusing on like revamping that. And it's a very old farm with very old buildings. So some of the buildings need some love. So we'll be doing that. So we've got just a lot of like nurturing the team and growing in that way. And we're probably going to be opening up a group for therapy clients who are on a waiting list, because I suspect we're going to be hitting a waiting list come like March, April. So I'll probably be running that group as well. So we're going to be focusing on the farm, be focusing on like just higher level things for the practice. That way I'm not so wrapped up in one-on-one that I don't really have the room to do anything else. So that'll be really exciting. And making the farm pretty. It's been something that's like been on the back burner for such a long time because I've chosen to put more of my energy into building the practice. But now that is stable and good and predictable, and I'm not needed as much to like generate the income, then now I can take some time and really make the farm like what I want it to be and run some really cool groups for that. So if you're local to me and you're a veteran, you're a first responder, we're going to be doing some like specific groups for that. So super, super stoked for that. Those are like my favorite people to work with. We're going to travel. So I have, this is like the really, really fun stuff for me. So I want to travel domestically. So like go out to Colorado, go out to New Mexico. Like, listen, your girl just wants to vibe in a desert. That's what I want. I want to vibe in a desert. I want to wear the big brim hat. Like, I want to see like desert animals. I want to do things like that. And it's going to be so fun. So like New Mexico is somewhere that I want to go. I was talking to Bay about going to Hawaii potentially, depending on some factors I may or may not get out there, but like definitely New Mexico. I want to take a couple trips down to Florida to go see family and friends down there. And I kind of want to do New England in the fall. So that's kind of the vibes. Those are kind of the vibes that we are going for. Writing those things down because as I was talking, I'm like, oh, actually, I want to do all these things. And then I want to do some international trips. So I am currently tracking a flight to Paris, and I just looked up business class tickets the other night, and your girl would be flying economy. Okay. I was like, oh, I wonder how much more expensive business class is. 4 times the price. So I will be flying economy, and it will be great. Like it'll just be fine. So I do very much want to go to Paris. I've wanted to go for a few years now, and I just haven't really been able to go. So that's something that I definitely want to do. I just want to be like Emily in Paris vibes. Like that if you don't watch that show, please watch it. It's so campy. It's so good. But that's kind of the vibe that we want. I want to like sit in cafes and drink lattes and eat croissants and fucking journal and like wander around Paris. And that's just what we want to do. So one of the goals is to do that this year. I want to get down to Costa Rica. My best friends live in Costa Rica. And I haven't been able to go in the last like 3 or 4 years. And every year I've said, I'm coming. We're doing it. And then life gets in the way. The business got busy. I couldn't get away, or I could have, but it would have cost like all this work on the back end. So this year is the year that I finally have room to do that, which is very exciting. And I'm going to go to Antigua. So I think I'm going to bring Bay to Antigua. That would be, I just need beach lives, like beach vibes. I want to sit on a beach. I want to get tan. I want to snorkel. I want to scuba dive. Like, so exciting. So we want to do all those things. I think it would be really fun to get scuba certified. That is something I have also wanted to do for about 5 years. I started the process probably 4 years ago. Did my first dive and then didn't have time to do it. So I have said it every year for 4 years, and we are finally fucking doing it this year. Hold me to that one. So if you don't see your girl getting scuba certified, shoot me a message. Bitch, what about the scuba? And I'm going to be like, you're right. Let me go do it. So that's fun. And we're going to take a lot of space this year. Stepping more into a CEO role means that my job really is to do the vision for the company, not so much to be in it, but to work on it, to be on it instead. Not in it, but on it. So that's what we're going to do. So I also choose a word for the year. My word this year for 2022 was spacious, and we did not hit that. We did not hit that at all. In the way that like I wanted to hit it, which was where I take a lot of time off. I have more time. I ended up doing all the foundational work so that now I have the space and the time, or I will have the space and the time in 2023. So it worked out in some ways. It didn't work out in the way that I was planning, but c'est la vie. Life owes me nothing. So my word of the year for the business is creator, creating masterclasses, creating the group program, creating groups for our therapy clients, creating content, creating blogs, podcasts, all these things, like create, and really be in a creator space. And that feels juicy and exciting and fun and wonderful. And in my personal life, the word of the year is alignment. So if it is, yes, Kitty. Yeah. So if it is not 100% in alignment with my goals and with what I'm wanting, then it is a no. So I am someone who likes to be nice, likes to be helpful, hates for people not to have what they're asking for. So I will often kind of create trouble for myself in order to meet a need for others, but that puts me in a really crappy position. So if it's not in alignment with my soul, if it's not a full body yes, it is now a no thank you. Here is someone who can do that for you. So alignment. So being able to say, like, I can change my mind at any time about anything for any reason. If it is no longer in alignment, that's important. So yeah, we're going to be in alignment this year with my values, with like cleaning up leaky energy, cleaning up leaky boundaries, things like that. So I encourage you guys, if you have never thought about doing a word for the year, to do it. And it kind of becomes a theme for the whole year. So like when we're making, hi, Kitty, you're so sweet. So when we're making big decisions, that becomes one of the anchors, one of our North Stars for decision making. And that's kind of the plan for 2023. We're going to take some time off. We're going to focus a lot on the farm. We're going to play more. We're going to really prioritize relationships. That's something I'm really excited about. I took every other Saturday off, which I have not done since I started the business 4 years ago. I tend to work more Saturdays than I don't, which is fine. I don't mind doing that, but we're going to create the space for every other Saturday now. So that feels good and exciting. I would love to know what your goals are for 2023. If any of these struck a chord with you, if any of these you're like, wow, that feels bananas. I have some financial goals that I don't want to like really state, but one of the goals is to grow revenue from the practice and grow revenue from coaching and max out retirement accounts. And we're going to be switching to an S Corp next year instead of being taxed as an LLC because it's going to be better for taxes. So that feels pretty exciting and pretty like big girl. I talked to a CPA a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I think I'm at the point to switch to being taxed as an S corp, and she was like, 100% you are. And I'm like, ooh, big girl, like that's so exciting. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, we're gonna like lean into investments and retirement and things like that. I am maybe starting a business with my sister. We may be starting Biscuit Sisters. It kind of depends on if we can get the right location. Or we may be just planning on that and waiting until the time is perfect, which is also fine. Either is good. So perhaps you will hear me talk more about Biscuit Sisters, perhaps you won't, but I would love, love, love to hear your goals, your word for the year. And if I can support you in those, I've got a few options. Or if you're like, hey, this is really what I need. Like, I don't know that you're a good fit, but do you know someone who does XYZ? Like, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction or to give you the resources that I have. And that would be lovely. So please let me know your goals. I am so nosy as a human, but also like, that's one of my favorite things to hear people talk about is like, what lights you up? What are you excited for? What do you want? And let's go fucking get those things. And if you're in that space, Daydreamer is actually perfect for you because this is literally what we're going to be covering. So by the time this comes out, Daydreamer will be launched. So you can definitely sign up. And it will be very, very affordable. So yay, we love that. I hope you have a beautiful 2023. If I can help you, shoot me a message at Amanda_Chill, CHILS. But I hope that you get everything that you want, and I hope that you leave room for magic. So, okay, catch you on the other side.